And I
Nice,
I like
nice.
are you the one playing the music background, the Destiny
Yes, I am.
Child? Yeah, really good.
Yes, I am. Great, great.
Okay.
So much on my mind. I've been trying to have this session with you for a while, but I guess due
Yeah,
to distance. But thank you so much for the time. Thank you so
it's a
much for the
pleasure.
time.
Thank you so much for having
Yeah.
me.
So I have so much questions for you guys. We won't take much of your time
Go
today.
ahead.
We're just about to learn to learn. Part down reality. I see
Yeah.
you. I see you joining. Days Staff, I see you joining. Linda Shields, I see you. So I'd like to ask some questions. Can we get right straight to it, or we'll give some people time to
Yes.
join in?
Okay, we
Okay.
can go right. Okay, I could do a bit of introduction and then we can actually start with the questions. So, yeah. Okay.
Okay. So that's fine. So tell us about you, what you do in project management, and
Okay.
yeah, we can start from there.
All right. So my name is Okwanepo Fajano Kende, and I'm
Okay.
currently a senior project lead in one of the banks, so one of the biggest banks in the Nordics. I currently live in Finland, and yeah, I manage projects. It's quite interesting phase. Um,
Yeah.
and I'm here on a Friday afternoon with you. So yes, it's good to be here, but that's practically me. My background in computer science and also master's degree in information technology. So hopefully I can, be able to share, you know, years of experiences, what has brought me thus far to project management and, those full dynamics. So yeah.
Good. Good. That's nice. And how long have you been into project management? How long?
I would say now that if I look at how far I started working, it's been 11 years of like experiences so far. Yes, but it's been in different things. But I would say that project management started fully in 2020.
Okay.
So like 5 years ago was when I went into full blown project management, and it's been interesting and just going deep dive into learnings and things like that. So yeah, that was when I started project management fully. But like
Fully.
with
Okay.
work experiences, yes, but with like work experiences, it's been 11 years doing different things from being an IT manager to ERP implementation
Okay.
manager to product management. And yes, so it just really cascaded into, okay, I think this is what I really want to do right now. And I'm in
Okay.
that space. And I found that it's very comfortable when it comes to my personality and also what I want to do, in the future and things like that. I'm like, okay, I think this is quite interesting. This is my space, managing
Oh,
projects
great.
from end to end and things like that. So it's been um it's been a nice call, and I've just gone through with that role. Yeah.
Good. But if I may ask, what made you dive into project management? What was like the motive? What's the rationale? Why project management? What happened?
So in 2020, I was in Nigeria then, and I remember
Okay.
that I just gave birth to my daughter in April, and then when I went back to work in August of that year, I worked with Zynox Technology, and they had
Okay.
a sister company, TD Africa, and back
Okay.
then they wanted to open a really big branch in VI Tech Experience
Okay.
Center, and I remember my manager said, "Okay, I know that." You've done ERP implementations, you've done this, but I really want you on this project. And I was like,
Okay.
okay, I just came back from maternity leave, all the way from mainland to the island because it was in VI
Yeah.
and it was just crazy. And then we had a tight deadline to launch the place in October. So this was me
Okay.
coming back from maternity leave in August, and I had less than 3 months to launch this new space, right? And
Okay.
what my CEO then wanted, she really wanted a place where, like IKEA, where you could buy any of the products. So she wanted downstairs to be like a phone hub where you could just really buy phones and stuff like that. So
Mm,
iPhones, laptops, everything was there. So it was going to be, and then
mm,
there'll be like a game center downstairs, and
mm.
then she wanted like, before you could enter, like security systems, and also the second floor it wanted to be like more premium home
Okay.
tech sort of. So we got is it Shandenia electricity, like to do, like this touch, like smart home practically. So they had beds, they
Okay.
had Bosch, they had TV. So second floor was for like home, plates, spoons, kitchen, beds, everything like that, very technical.
Yeah.
They wanted that in the second floor. And then on the sixth floor, they wanted to move the staff from Bagada to come and start working in VI office.
Okay.
So they wanted now to launch like an office on the sixth floor. And
Okay.
then they now wanted to bring all of the stock because we had like
Wow.
a huge warehouse in Bagada. They wanted to also bring the stock there. So
Wow.
the project was crazy. So the project had to do with first of all, training all the staff that were going to work on the first floor and the second floor. I had to train all the
Okay.
staff. We had to the system they used was Odo system, bringing all of the
Oh.
stock into the application, into that ERP that was going to be used, because
Okay.
we used Dynamics 365, but because we
Okay.
wanted something that had a really good responsive, for users to
Yeah.
use, we wanted, the Odo. So
Okay.
I implemented that, and then worked
Wow.
with yes. So I had to train the people to use the application, bring in all of the stock in, and then to also sell. I also had to work with all the banks because we needed like
Wow.
POS and all of those things. So work with the banks, and also for people not to steal, we have also had to work with like the EAS security system. So implementing,
Mm.
when you go to all the shops, those things that beep and stuff like that. So everything had to be
Yeah.
implemented. So we had to tag all of the products, all of the items there. And then for the staff on the sixth floor, we had to do like the doors for cards, to make sure like, when your ID card scans, you
Yeah.
can't come in and out. So we had to
True.
get vendors to change in all of those things. I had to
True.
scan everyone cards. We also had to do attendance system.
Wow.
So yes, it was
That's
a
much. That is
crazy.
hot. That is a lot.
Yes, it was a lot. So that was the introduction into project management, and it was waterfall. So it was different. It was a different kind of project management for me, but
Okay.
it was very intriguing. It was interesting because it was a
Mm.
lot. I wouldn't lie to you, because we had
Yeah, it is
crazy
a lot. Based on what you
deadlines,
said,
because
it's a lot.
yeah, because it was so many chunks of people that I needed to reach out to work with, and this was me with a 3-month-old baby at home. But I'm
Wow.
glad I also had like a very supportive husband. So
Mm.
it was just a whole lot of things happening all at the same time. So I remember like leaving the place 10 p.m., 9 p.m., really late at night, because we needed to launch in October 1st. So,
Wow.
and we needed all the system to be ready. We needed all the items to be there. We needed everything to
Mm.
be synced into the system, because we had the minister of IT minister then that was coming, a lot of big top dogs that were going to be there, and they wanted
Wow.
to sell, so it was like, okay, what are we going to do? So everything just had to be ready by then.
Mm.
So yeah, that was the introduction to project management for me. And then you connecting all the internets there, working with May
Yeah.
One and so many so many people.
Yeah. It it,
Yeah,
it, it
so
it can be quite it can be quite hectic.
yes,
I can
yes, it
imagine.
was it was really hectic, but it was an end-to-end project, and it made me really proud. It just really showed that I could do this, right? And
Mm.
it was really challenging for me, but at the same time, I really saw it through. From training everyone, from using all the applications to making sure that things were working properly. I really
Mm.
saw that, okay, when it comes to things working well, when it comes to talking with people, when it comes to interaction, when it comes to getting the goal and the deliverables, I was the
Yeah.
go-to person. Like, I really, it was, I like to help people. And I really
Nice.
saw that. Like, I really like to make chaotic things very clear, to give things clarity. And that was what really made like, okay, this is interesting. I think I can really go further with this. I need to learn more. And then, yeah, I went further to take a course in
Okay.
project management. I
Oh,
remember
nice.
yeah, so that was the next step for me. And then I took a course in project management, and I found out that even what I did was even small, right? I did
Mm.
waterfall, but now they're doing agile. So it's now agile project management that a lot of software companies are doing. No more, because more for like waterfall was mainly for like the construction company, or trying
Yeah.
to, like what I did, trying to just make things work from the scratch and stuff like that. But
Okay.
now for agile project management, it was now more like bringing like small chunks of deliverables, like products, to the
Mm.
customers, but in a really smaller chunks, right?
Okay.
Not when everything is done, then you're just starting. But now, how can you deliver a small bit to the customers, one bit at a time, till they get the full product? So
Okay.
it was an interesting thing for me. Like, okay, so this is even way more than I think it was. And from there, it's stemmed into technical projects management. It's further went into scrum mastering and so many different layers.
Wow.
But yeah,
This
that
is
was
this is
that was
quite
it.
this is quite a lot to
Yes.
take in. Let's say I'm a novice and I'm listening to you for the first time.
Yeah.
So and I don't have a background in project management. So how does how can I dive into project management? I had no background. So how does someone with no background and kick off?
So first thing is, if you don't have a background in project management, like I said, when I started, I was just thrown into the task. I didn't
Okay.
have the idea of what project management was, right? But because my personality, I could really talk to people. I could, figure out some things. It was easy for me to see this through. I would say the first thing is to just, there's so many resources online. AI is there.
Mm.
We have ChatGPT. Even back then, it wasn't as crazy as it is right now. But I would say
Yeah.
that we have AI, we have Udemy, we have Coursera. We have so many
Mm-hmm.
courses that you could really learn and understand how this actually flows. In as much as I have technical background in computer science. I know the
Mm.
software life cycle. I know so many things on that side. So it was a bit easy for me. But I would say for
Okay.
a novice, what you need to do is just to go online and read. And the funniest thing is, over time, there've been roles that I've actually done that
Mm.
I would say that I didn't have jack. I didn't know anything about it. So for
Okay.
example, agile coach. So there was a role that I got when I focused. So I lived in Sweden, and before I moved to Finland, and there was a role that I got which was agile coaching, right?
Okay.
Agile coach is just, how so many terminologies, but it's almost the same thing as you're managing teams, training them on how to use safe. Okay, I don't want to complicate things, but anyways, that role, but I would say that role, agile coach, I actually learned it on LinkedIn Learning, and I
Okay.
got
Yeah.
the
LinkedIn
job.
learning. Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Wow.
actually got the job. Yes, from just LinkedIn Learning. I got the job,
Guys,
and
I think we need to breathe a little there. Guys, LinkedIn
no,
learning, it's
yeah,
a lot. Sometimes so I
yeah,
think early this year I spoke to a friend of mine, Benga, very childhood friend of mine, grew up together. I called him my cousin because I know for more than 25 years now. And we're
yeah,
talking about LinkedIn, and he said it's good to subscribe to LinkedIn Premium. So I did it for about 3 to 4 months. I was trying to get some for some remote jobs. So
yeah,
I applied to LinkedIn Premium, and I did a lot of learning, and it was, trust me, it was good. It was a good time. I think I had no regret subscribing to that platform for
yeah.
about 3 to 4 months. It's a very good one. It's a very good one.
Really good.
So guys,
So
subscribe to LinkedIn
yeah,
Premium.
subscribe to
Listen.
it. It was really good, and I just really learned what this agile coaching is about, what can you do and stuff like
Mhm.
that. What do I need to
Yeah.
do? And just learning that, I actually got the role, and the company moved into Finland, and it's been like a different story, altogether. But I would just say that, and then, speaking with friends that have those
Mm,
titles, and they're just trying to just understand what I need to know and what I need to learn.
mm,
So right now, with how the world is, with how you have so many digital, things online, so many
mm,
amazing resources, just go online, like go and learn. And I'll just say, just take a few days, immerse yourself into it, understand
mm.
what needs to happen, understand what needs to be done. And don't think anything is too difficult. I think that's another thing
True,
again that a lot of people take
true.
they read these materials and they're like, oh my God, it's so hard. But like, nothing is difficult. Like,
True.
just try to just start. I mean, you can always learn on the job. And I'll say that
True.
I've always learned on the job. Like every single path, every single job that I've had, I've always tried to learn and grow on the job. You don't know everything altogether, right?
True.
You don't know everything. We're all learning and we're all growing. So project
True.
management, if you want to start, first of all, go on all of these sites, go online. There's so many free resources that you can just really learn through and then learn. And then also try to see how you can take certifications. That's another thing that you can also use to, either PMP or Product Management Institute give the PMP the certifications, learn that. And also on the side, try to learn Scrum, like how to be a Scrum Master, because that's another thing that I would say is a plus, right?
Mm,
And I'm going to just chip this in because I see, people might think project management is really huge, but take a small piece. So Scrum Master is just a small piece of role that it's just a small piece of what a project manager actually does. A
okay.
project manager manages projects, right, end to end till
Yeah.
it's delivered, while the Scrum Master actually manages the team that delivers
Okay.
this project. Right.
Yeah.
So that's what the Scrum Master does. It's just managing a team of like 10 people, the concept of like developers and developers, product owners.
Yeah.
And when you actually work with these people,
Okay.
you see that, oh, we're going to deliver the task. Just know how to use Jira. So learn online how to use Jira, watch
Gives.
videos, yeah, and how to actually use conference page, wiki pages, learn all these things. It's actually quite straightforward, and you're just learning that on the side. And that's what I did. I actually took Scrum mastering classes and project management classes. I took the exams, and that actually helped me. And I would say that just doing that singular act, being thrown into that project, made me get a remote job from Nigeria.
Wow.
Yes. So
Wow.
just doing that going the extra mile to do those courses literally made me, even though like I was referred, from a friend, like, okay, Okpa is now doing project management and stuff like that. But because I already had these courses to present and I already had this knowledge, the interview was very easy because I already had like I've learned this thing already. So, and then using
True.
my experiences that I've had being thrown into those things, which was really vast, I could,
True.
pick examples to be able to use to get the job. And that helped me to get this job from Nigeria. And it was from that job that they relocated me to Sweden and now Finland. So I would say that there's so much opportunity in this role as a project manager. Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot to take in. Honestly, thank you so much for coming. So I have a
Yeah.
question from the
Yeah.
community is asking, what's the difference between product manager owner? Please explain it.
Okay, yes. So the difference between product manager and product owner, it's actually quite distinct. But the funniest thing is, I will just give a bigger. The funniest thing is, I recently took a safe training. So safe training is scaled agile. By scaled agile, safe is what a lot of big corporation and big companies use, in their
Okay.
day-to-day activities, right? And in this safe training, they actually have a course that is product manager, product owner, like PM, and PO.
PFP.
So product
Yeah.
PM and PO. So product owner is mainly they are mainly seen in Scrum
Mm-hmm.
team.
Okay.
Yes. So product owner are mainly in Scrum teams.
Okay.
And they work hand in hand with the Scrum Master. Why a product manager literally manages the product till delivery.
Okay.
So I'll give an example. It's just like I said that Scrum Master is just a chunk out of project management, right? Like it's just a
Okay.
bit of project management. So product owner is
Okay.
also a chunk of product management also. Yes,
Okay.
because for product management, right, what they practically do is to manage projects, the quality of the
Okay.
project, how the project looks like, the feel of the project, getting feedback from the customers and implementing
Yeah.
those feedbacks into the products and then
True.
trying to infuse it to make sure that the customers are satisfied, right? Why the
Yeah.
project manager would take that project, right, and try to
Mm-hmm.
implement it and deliver it and then give it back to the product manager that now is this good enough for your customers? And then they can now take that to the customers, take the customers review and bring that back. So that's what product managers literally doing all. And then product owner right now are the ones in the team, sitting in the team, working together with the product manager hand in hand to make sure that whatever the customer, so they're still working with the managers
Mm.
and still talking to the customers and making sure that, okay, whatever the team is doing is following what the requests that the customers have brought in, right? So
Okay.
they're the ones bringing in the requirements into the team to make sure that everything that we're working on in this Scrum team follows and
Mm-hmm.
satisfies the customers. So the product owner are like they're like the business side of, of the team,
Okay.
because they're the ones speaking with the customers. And
Mm.
that's what product owners actually do. So product owners are in the team, in the Scrum team of 10. That's their
Okay.
job. Product managers are like company wide, where when they do like all this, what do we bring for business, what do customers need, they bring that, they speak to the product owner, then the product owner takes that into the team and they work on it and they deliver. And that's how it works. So the
Wow.
scrum master cannot work, yes, so the scrum master cannot work alone. They need a product owner that'll be able to give them
Mm.
feedback from customers and work. And then the project manager cannot work alone. They need the product managers
Owner.
to work.
Gee.
Yes. So I would say that I would say it this way. So let's say we have a house,
Okay.
right? There is a house, and
Yeah.
we have there is the okay, we have a house. There's the kitchen. Let's say
Yeah.
the product is the kitchen, right? Now, in the we there's the fridge. So the fridge, this is what we have in the
Yeah.
fridge, or we have a stove and all of those things. Everyone is working as one, because if we don't have the stove, so let's say the stove right now, the oil is let's say, let me give an analogy. So the oil is the maybe the product, and
Mm-hmm.
then whatever we're cooking together is like the scrum team. So it's like the
Okay.
scrum team.
Okay.
And scrum team, when I say scrum team, I'm talking about scrum team consists of developers, 8 developers, one product owner, and one scrum master. That's what makes them 10. So let's say, we have the product, we have, and then we're cooking everything together. If there's no salt in it, the customer won't be satisfied. So the
Sure.
salt is what the product owner brings. The pot in itself is the scrum team, right? And then let's say the pepper and everything is like what the scrum master does. And the person stirring
Does.
it is the scrum master to make sure everything is together. And then the salt and
True.
the rest is what the product owner is bringing, right? So if we don't have the
True.
delivery delicious enough for the customers to eat,
Um,
the old pot and everything is useless. So the old kitchen, the project management, the product, everything is useless. So we all need the Scrum team to be able to deliver to the projects where we have and the products to the customers. So they're like hand in hand. It's the product that ends up becoming the project for the team to work on. Yes.
so
So
I hear you
it's
say three things:
yeah.
product owner, project manager, and Scrum,
Yes.
the Scrum team. So there are three. Those are
Yes.
three different things entirely,
Yes. There are
right?
three different things entirely. Yes.
Gosh, that is
But
huge. So,
but they actually work hand in hand. I don't want to confuse you, but the thing is they actually work hand in hand. And I'm going to
okay,
explain this. What I've also realized is in a lot of corporations, they don't have this. And I think that's where the confusion comes in. A lot of
okay,
companies don't have this. They'll rather just have product managers and project managers, and that's it. It depends on the scale. So
um,
let me bring a disclaimer. It also depends on the scale of the business,
company of the
right?
business.
Of
Okay,
the company, yes, of the company.
gosh,
So
yeah,
the reason why I know all of this is because I work in a very, very one of the biggest banks in the Nordics. So
okay,
with that kind of situation, we know that we have so many things, so many
yeah,
layers. And to be able to bring everything together, you need these people, you need the smaller chunks. But a very
okay,
small corporation that is a small company that are like 50 people or 100 people,
people.
it's a different ball game. You'll be able to
So
just project manager can do, everything
you
together
can do
without
80
having
things in one.
exactly, without having to break it down to like, the product owner or scrum team. You won't have all of those
True,
things, but all of
true.
these things are needed if it's in like a really large corporation. And that's why I also see that a lot of companies in Nigeria don't have this, right? So maybe
Mm,
it's because I'm in this part of the world. Maybe that's why I can see this, forehand, and then I can. It's easier for me to be able to talk about this because I see this every single time in like every company I've actually worked in. Yeah.
sure.
So,
Nice.
and
That's what I
they
think.
call them different names also. So yeah,
So I think for me, I think the humility says fantastic analogy. So it means
yeah,
tons
great,
of.
thank you.
So, but for me, I think for me, I think sometimes in January next year, I'm applying for a course on project management. I just want to
Nice.
just learn one or two things. So I think like, late last year, because I speak about tech on my channel. I took a course
Yeah.
on Coursera on web development. That's
Mm-hmm.
front end development. So I took a
Mm-hmm.
course on that, and so going to next year, I'm diving into project management, learn some things on Scrum Master, on Jira,
Yeah.
myself. So taking about 4 months or 5 months next year to learn these courses, and yeah, so from there we'll take it off from there. So my next question is, you know, what's like the most important skill, the one that's needed for a PM or a PO manager? What's like the most important skill
Yeah.
to learn?
So,
What you have?
I would say attention to detail
Mm,
is one of the important skill, because
mm,
you can't miss out on a lot of things.
okay.
And communication,
Okay.
very important.
Okay.
If you don't know how to communicate, because I talk a lot and I'm actually quite friendly,
Mm,
and because of that it's easy for me to be able to get the things that I want, because you're really working with human beings. You're in meetings. Most of my calendar is crazy. You're in meeting most times, trying to make sure like things are going really well. You're trying to resolve and make sure that this project is done, right? That
mm,
this project succeeds. So you're aligning
yeah.
with different teams. So you need to communicate really clearly. You can't be someone that is rude.
True.
You can't go like it's rude and just talk
True.
anyhow. It's
True.
going to be like, no, you can't do that. It can't be someone that you don't know how to talk. You don't listen, or you don't put attention to detail, because when someone is aligning with you on some things, you need to be able to know the update on the project. You need to be able to know, okay, what do I need to do right now? What's the next action point that I need to take,
True.
right now? And also another thing again is leadership and team
True.
motivation. So I would say that because I also, work also as a scrum master and also like lead project, I'm able to motivate the team, because if the team is not motivated, the project won't get delivered. So you need
True.
to be able to deliver these things and be able to know how to talk to people, know how to interact and motivate these guys to just have that leadership skill, and not just like leadership. It should be servant leadership, where you are taking the extra mile to try. And like I said, like I said earlier that I took a training in a safe PO product owner training, also PMPO training. I shouldn't have
Jeez.
done that. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that, but I had to, because we're lacking a PO in my team, and I needed to just go the extra mile to know what needs to be done, right, to support this new PO coming in. So in that sort of
Okay.
like servant leadership, you need to be able to be a servant leader in that sort of scenario. I need to know how to resolve conflict. You need to know how to negotiate,
Mm,
because business, so products can bring, product managers can bring something that, oh, this is what the customers want and we want it
okay.
delivered today. Oh, and you're like, no, we can't get it today. We need to have timelines, we need to have deliverables, we need to have technical depth, we need to have budgeting, we need to have capacity. These are the things you need to look. So you
True.
need to negotiate. Like, okay, what are the risks? You need to look at the risk. You need to look at, if this is not done, what's going to happen? Will people die? Or will things or things can still happen, but what's going to happen? What are the compliance issue? I'm going to get fined and stuff like that. So you need to be able to just really be able to negotiate and resolve conflict also, because you meet different people from different cultures and different backgrounds. So you need to be able
Mm,
to like diffuse things and calm down because they will get on your last nerve. But having anger issues is not something. If you have anger issues, don't be a project manager. I will
True,
say that for
true.
you. But then again, problem solving skills and just having critical thinking. So just having this ability to be able to resolve problems, right? Where you can really talk about, okay, now this is the issue at hand. How can we move forward? Because if you keep talking about that issue, it's going to, we have deadlines. Customers are waiting for these things. So you can't keep talking about things over and over again. You need to be able to think, while discussing. You need to be able to
Awesome.
profile
True.
solutions to all of these problems. So I will just say that these are the you need both hard skills and both soft skills, and mainly the soft skills are something that you need to work on yourself to be able to
Mm-hmm.
have. I've been able to work on I mean, I'm still working on myself, but there's some things I needed to just do even way
Okay.
more that but also technical skills that you really need. Going for the course is one of the technical skills I would say you need to go for, to really
I,
learn, to understand
I,
the ruminants and things that are necessary for project management, budgeting, using Jira. You
yeah.
need to know how to use Jira. You need to know how to track. You need to know how to use wiki pages and Confluence and Notion and Trello. There's just some things that you just really need to, yes, to just learn. It's actually quite easy. Just watch a YouTube video and then you're going to be fine.
Okay.
5 minutes and it's
And I
done.
think and I think you just even popped out the question from my. I'm going to ask the next question. So two questions in one. So it's going to be
Uh-huh.
like, so first of all, how do you just kickstart in less than a minute? Because I don't want to keep it too long.
Yeah.
So what kind of certifications do you think beginners should consider? What certifications do
Mm,
you should consider, and how can they kickstart their journey? So, for example, if you want to become a good data analyst, first things first is you need to learn. Of course, you must be good in maths. Yeah, and if you're not good,
yeah.
no problem. You
At
can start
least,
from
yeah.
Excel. From Excel, you
Tableau and
can
the
go to
rest.
Power Query.
Power
From Power
BI.
Query, Power BI, then go to Tableau. Then from there, you can go to Python. You can now, that's like the
Yeah.
career path. Because for me,
Yeah.
so for an experienced, seasoned project manager like you, how do I kickstart my journey, and what certification do you think I need to have handy that would traject me to where I want to be?
I would say that the first thing to kickstart your journey is taking the courses of project management.
Okay.
I can't overemphasize that. And I will say that as you're taking the project management course, try to do a Scrum Master course on the side. It really help you to understand a lot of things.
Okay.
And I will say that there are so many certifications. You have uh, PMP that you can take. You have so many courses. Prince 2 that you can take for the exams. And then I would
Mm-hmm.
say that then look for junior project management or internship or project
Mm.
coordinator. And I remember the role that I got back then remotely from Nigeria for a US company then was a project coordinator. And
Okay.
like it was the most, how will I put it, it was just a basic role. Um
Okay.
yeah, I wasn't doing much, but then again, in that role, I was able to manage projects, manage the Scrum team there, and
Wow.
just trying to make sure the deliverables. So
Okay.
yeah, so go for junior roles or internship roles that you can really learn, because once you learn it, you understand how it's done, and it's easy for you
True.
to be able to, like, now move forward, or go for like more intensive or more middle, not just entry level anymore, but like the next phase of
True.
the middle level of that. And then just build your experience. I would say that take on very hard task to do, not just, yes, you need to take on really hard tasks, because it's in the hard task that you make mistakes. Yeah, it's in the
Okay.
hard task that you make mistakes, and then you learn from it, and then you build up from it, and then it gets better. that's
Mm.
that's just, yeah, that's how it is. And then it gets better, and then the more you understand all this methodology, working with different people. And another thing again, I'll say is that don't limit yourself to just the PM role. I would say go for that to also understand products
Mm.
management. I said before that I also did a course in products management to just understand, and not just the safe role, but like even while I was in Nigeria, because I was thinking I was going to go into product management before this. So I remember I did a course in products management with Product Drive in Nigeria,
Okay.
and doing the courses, I still remember vividly, very, very interesting course. Still learning some things on even UI, UX, user design, user experiences, meeting people, personnel, know your customers, KYC, and things like that. And it was just very interesting to learn these things, right? And when I now started working as a project manager, I'm like, okay, I don't think I like products anymore. I think this is where yeah, so I was like, I think this
I
is
totally
where
can relate. I
yeah,
totally can
like this
relate.
is where I think I fit right now when it comes to personality, when it comes to helping people. I think this is where I can relate to right now. And so, it was now in
I
that
think,
sense helping people.
I sorry to chip in. I think that's what BT Forever just said. Saying not doing too much, but getting paid is the main goal. Not stressing yourself
Yeah.
and just getting paid is the main goal. Yeah.
Exactly. To be honest, like just getting paid is actually the main goal. And that literally helps me a lot because, doing the product management course and then saying, okay, I don't think I really like this as much as I like project management. And then it was just really nice. Hello, Chidi. I see a friend of mine joined. Hi, thank you for joining. So
Tolu, we see you too. Hello, Tolu, we see you.
so it's just quite interesting to actually see that you can just learn all these things, to be honest. Like there's no mono there. I would say that, like what he said, just get paid. But then again, as time goes on, you would really understand, okay, check and balance. What do I really want to do with time? What space do I really want to get into? And I see most times that people just really put themselves in a box, right? And it's like they're in this box and they're just there, and it's just very how will I put it? It's very difficult, right,
Okay.
to understand what is needed or what is necessary. But if you learn all these things, you look at where does my skill fit? What do I want to do in the next 10 years? What do I really want to do? And it's
Yeah.
now easy for you to now, balance them together. And that's what I did. And 10 years into my career right now, I can say that this is where I want to be. And I'm going further into even more interesting waters. And the more I work in this large corporation, the more I see that it's even bigger than the scope is even wider. And I'm taking more and more certifications. Oh my God. Like, more and more certifications to understand who is an RT, who is a release train engineer, so like exactly some things that you've never heard before. And you're like, oh my God, okay, now this is how it is. And you just really learn. And that's what I'm really trying to do. Like I'm trying to just, just really learn so
Uh-huh.
much that it's easy for me to now really find that niche. But then again, you can't just find that niche until you really test different waters. So for a new person that really wants to go into project management, I would say don't just learn project management alone. I would say
Okay.
that go on and learn several things on the side. Go on and learn Scrum Mastering. Go on and learn being a product owner. Go on and learn these things. Because even right now in the world where there's so many layoffs, so many
Okay.
things happening. You can be able to break down your CV and say, oh, I know how to be a product owner. I know how to be a scrum master. I know how to
Yeah.
be a project manager. I know how to be a product owner. Now you already have like
Yeah.
four skills that you can break
Yeah.
down your roles to and get a job in any organization, right?
Yeah.
So now that there's so much not like issue, but so much risk with working in technical organization or working in all these technical roles, you can even spread out your wings and say, I can do all of these things because I've been able to put myself out there and not just me looking for just one particular role alone, right? So I would just tell, a newbie, try as much as possible to learn different things, try as much as possible to just really go out there and don't just say project management alone. Spread
Okay.
your wings. There's so many, many roles that we don't even know. And I would say, for example, in some other contexts, a project manager is also called a delivery lead. in
The delivery
another
lead.
company.
Okay.
Yes, in another company, or delivery manager. And
Okay.
it's just, and that's why I say that. And when you look at their role description, it could just be you need to have this experience in, maybe you need to understand how to be a PO or be this. And you're like, I'm just a scrum master, right? But then again, but because you already have the knowledge of this, you can fit and twist yourself. You need to be able, need to be malleable and flexible enough to be able to enter this tech roles. So
Sure.
we have all the resources online. So I would say don't limit yourself.
Mm.
Just continue learning, get all these advanced certifications. And even though you want to specialize, even though right now I'm trying to specialize into these things, but then again, I'm still saying, okay, I can still do other things, I can still learn, because you don't know what the future, can be, and things like that.
Can
So
be.
just really set
Hi,
clear
Noladi. I
goals
see
for
you.
yourself,
Hi, Bimbo.
and
See you. Yeah.
just
Go on.
really,
Sorry.
just really have a really clear goal,
Mm.
review that. But I would say that don't just say, oh, project management and that's it. No, try as much as
And
possible. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
yeah. So I think you just even just said this next ask you, and I think someone commented about it just now, saying Coursera is the awesome for certification.
It
Thank you,
is.
community. I was also asking. I was also going to ask also. Aside Coursera, just like someone mentioned, what other tools or platform should every aspiring PM or PO need to know about?
So,
What other platforms?
being check Udemy. Udemy is really good, and
Yeah, true.
Udemy also has this path to certifications. So you take
Uh-huh.
all the courses and then you can go and write your exams afterwards. Check LinkedIn Learning. Also very, very good for that. Check Linda. I think Linda is still, they're also really good for these
Okay.
courses. And there's so many courses that you can also take. And I also know that product drive in Nigeria, there's a lot of training, and there are even some trainings that I didn't even use all the platform for. I can't remember one of the where I took my Scrum Mastering and project management training back then. Someone linked me up. I can't remember the name of the company right now. I think Oak
Okay.
International. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's why I took my training. Even though it was actually quite expensive that time,
Mm,
but it was a really good investment, because that really helped me to get, these jobs afterwards. So I would
okay.
just say that just keep there's so many resources online. Maybe I'm going to share with you, and then you can share later on with your followers. But
Yeah.
I would just say try to seek complexity, try to seek what hard things can I really do, and use that as an example to be able to, use in interviews, going on, and use those experiences or those things to be able to use as example, in your
Mm,
project management as you go on. Even in your house, what can I do to work as a project manager? How can I assign
mm.
this and assign that? Try to use those things as tools to be able to just know that you have experiences in this. And yeah, I think like the sky will be the starting point.
Honestly, awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, I
Yeah.
really appreciate this time, and I think
Yeah.
myself, I've learned a lot. So I know that when I'm going to product management next year, I know I need
Yeah.
to do product owner, I need to do
Yes.
Jira, Scrum Master.
Yes.
Then I have
Yes.
what this
Greenbelt.
blue belt. What does that come in?
So the funniest thing is that's why I said that until you get to this part where you're in a large corporation, then you understand
Yes,
that it's even bigger,
that's Six
right?
Sigma, if I'm right.
Yes, Lean
Aha.
Six Sigma. Yes, Lean Six
Yeah.
Sigma, and you
Aha.
realize that is way bigger than that. And Lean Six Sigma is mainly for production, not mainly for
Okay.
production. You can use it in like um in a company where they do a lot of like manufacturing or production or
Okay.
stuff like that. It's just to remove
Okay.
complexity and remove and reduce waste. That is what
Okay.
Lean Six Sigma is really all about. To remove
Okay.
waste and remove like, and it started from like Toyota back then. How
Okay.
because so just a little backstory, um, how this actually came about. It came and it was called Kaizen, right? It was from the
Okay.
Japanese when they made Toyota. So
Okay.
when they made Toyota back then, it took days and months. And then I think like what's it called, the US market, took over. But for them, they really wanted to be smart, and then they one person joined, and I can't remember his name right now, and then he brought this lean sort of, putting the product bit by bit till it's delivered. So instead of them
Okay.
to wait till everything was done, it was more like, how can you make the radio, this dashboard, do everything compact, let
Thing.
everyone work at the same time. Instead of waiting
Yeah.
for this product to be, you wait for the car to be painted first before you now start fixing the mirror light or fixing the
Uh-huh.
dashboard. Why can't we fix the dashboard? Why can't we fix in the dashboards, the car, and then in the final product, we now put everything together and do like more
Thing.
like
Yeah.
compartments together. So that was what they
Okay.
did. So they reduced waste, they reduced complexity, they reduced labor time using the
Okay.
Kaizen method to bring in, to bring this. So that
Oh,
was that
nice.
was what they actually did. So that was what it is. And the more you go, the more you realize that there are even more ways that you can do more with the Lean Six Sigma, and then go green belt or
Yeah.
yellow belt or whatever it is. But that's just the basic. That's just the
Okay.
basic of this. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for putting me. Well, I really appreciate this. Guys, I don't know if you have any questions. I've been seeing people coming in, going out, maybe network fluctuation. I
Yeah.
see someone go out of the room, new people join in, maybe it's network issues. I don't know. I see the immunity saying star technique. Wow, it must be a very big fan of you. I think it's really been following
Yeah.
back to back.
So,
Thank you, immunity.
so
I
I
see.
would say that the star technique, it's, yeah, like that was the example I used about, like, seeing problems in the house and trying to just work
Yeah,
on it. So, star situation, the task, action, and then results.
yeah.
Which just really helps you. And yeah, so
Okay. All right. So for me, I think the next question is, if you have materials, you can also send that to us, to
yes,
me,
I will do
pardon me,
that.
and I can also look at
Yes.
it, and I can share with my followers for them to also learn something new, and go into 2026. How can we better ourselves? How can you be better in product management, data analytics, AI tool, whatever. Of course, we'll share. And guys, I'll be having a session with someone else coming up very soon. I'll also be sharing this on this platform for us to learn and be better. I believe this community will help us as we grow over time. Help us learn, unlearn, relearn, as the case may be, and we can win more and help people out there. And lastly, earn more cash in our pockets at the end of the day. Okay, okay. Thank you so much
Thank you
for joining
so
in.
so
I
much.
really
Thank you.
appreciate this.
It's a
I know we
pleasure.
just did this, guys. Guys, I met up under 1 week, and this happened under 1 week. May your destiny help us
Thank you so much, the immunity. Thank you so,
pull
so
this
much
off.
for your time. I
Thank
really,
you.
really enjoyed
Thank you so
talking
much.
with you. I enjoy talking, so it's my pleasure to see that I can share my knowledge and my experiences so far. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much for your time. And thank you for considering me. It's really good. I really appreciate
Thank
everyone
you.
that joined the live.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have an amazing day.
All right.
Bye.
All right, guys. Everyone, bye.
Bye.
All right. Yeah, bye.